So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here once again in the basement. We are going to be watching some more EpicLLOYD. EpicLLOYD has a new song out, a new track, if you will, called Old Me. So, we used to watch a lot of Lloyd's stuff back in the day. We used to watch his diss raps for hire. They were a lot of fun. We watched some of his solo stuff, and we also watched Epic Studios, which was also very funny. And I hope Lloyd makes another season of that, because I'd like to see what other shenanigans they can get up to up in the Great White North. So
I don't know how you make another season after that season ending. I don't know how you. Where do you go? Where do you go from there?
I mean, Lloyd could go back to Chicago and take everybody with him.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then getting all sorts of shenanigans there. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine his brother? He'd be like, "This is your pad?" He's like, "Yeah, this is my pad." It's like, it's a dump. I know, right? But yeah. So anyway, Lloyd, a long time ago, when we first started watching the Epic Rap Battles of History, gave us, wrote a comment down below it was our Zeus versus Thor ERB that we reacted to, and he said, and I quote, "Love these."
And it was like, what?
I was just like, holy shit.
Hell yeah.
Dude, nice. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah, and that was actually one of the first big channels that actually noticed us. And I was just like, it was him, it was him and ERB, and also it was CinemaSins noticed us. A lot of other channels.
That's kick-ass.
Which one for CinemaSins?
It was the Fantastic Four.
Go.
So, 2005 or 2000?
The 2004.
Whatever the newest one was.
Fan4stick. That's what I call it.
Fan4stick, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one, and they were just like came up in my recommendeds, and I gotta say, I did not realize I needed this in my life. Good job, guys. And I'm like,
and you're just like, what?
Yep.
Yeah, CinemaSins, and also
Peanuts like, are you okay?
Also Takahata and not Kaiser but
Nigahiga, no.
No, not Nigahiga, no. We haven't reacted to anything of his.
You're getting back on your peanut. Okay.
It was Masako X, and
I was just saying something that sounded like.
Well, Masako X and Takahata, they're from Team 4-Star. They reacted, or they saw our reactions, and they were just like, these are good. These are really good, guys. I appreciate these. And
it's weird.
What?
I mean, Doug Walker knows who we are.
Yeah, that one blew me away. I was just like,
was that good or bad?
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at first, the way you said it, you're like, and Doug Walker knows who we are. Like,
well, anytime we get any recognition from anybody, it scares Ben a little bit.
Yeah.
Me, I'm excited, because when I heard Doug Walker, when Claire went up to see Doug Walker at Kineticon, I was just like, oh, God, please don't mention us. Please don't mention us.
She mentioned us.
And she mentioned us, and he was just like, and here was his exact words. Renegade Media Group, I actually love you guys. Whenever you all post a reaction of mine, I gotta watch it just to see what you all gotta say.
Oh God!
And I was just like,
oh
God!
It's like, this is amazing, but also terrifying.
That's one of Nate's heroes. Like, okay,
go ahead.
Michael, who you haven't met. At one point, we went to see the Zelda Symphony of the Goddesses, which fucking good. But he pointed. He started looking up the venue.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You know how many of these places you could fill up with your subscribers?" And I'm like, "Don't tell me." He's like, "It's a lot." I'm like, "Don't tell me. I don't want to know that. That's scary. Stop telling me that."
It was Thompson Bowling, right?
No, it was not Thompson Bowling.
Or was it Nayland?
No, it was very close to there, but I can't remember where it was. I will find that out later, but not right now. But right now,
yeah,
we have a thing to watch.
We can actually fill up Nayland. We can actually fill up Nayland with all of our subs. That'd be interesting.
Stop saying stuff like that. That scares the shit out of me.
He doesn't want to put into perspective.
Oh, God. Okay, fine.
Let me keep thinking that we're not...
Did he say Neyland, like...
Neyland Stadium?
Yeah, UT.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought that was way bigger than that.
No, it's 100,000, like on the order of 100,000
Well,
people.
A full football game is 108,000, but if you had people standing on the field for a concert,
Yeah.
Kenny Chesney I think squeezed in like 145 to 150,000.
Wow.
So yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I've been subscribed to like 102 channels for a long time and probably haven't watched any other shit in like years.
Yeah, that actually does make me feel better.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
true.
okay,
That's true.
they're not all watching at once.
Yeah.
That's real scary.
So-
You can tell by the views that they're not all watching at once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because there's not 160,000 views on any particular video
Yeah.
that we
No,
have.
well, yeah. I mean, actually, our Fitz videos are getting up there, and also all of our old ERBs and a lot of our old Soviet Wombles are getting up there. And it's just like, wow. And some of our nostalgia critics, too, have over 100K, so I'm just like, awesome.
Brenda told me this morning that she was watching the Old versus New Teen Titans that we did, and she was real happy about it.
Well, that's good. I mean,
Hi, Brenda.
hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
So anyway, let's watch and see what Lloyd's got to offer us in his new track, Old Me.
Epic. Watch me walking out the house, shapeshifter, facelifter, wrapped up fat on the hat, team clipper. Gun the clock, stay lifted, flip not specific, the bitch to the gift that I'm blessed with. Camouflaged in my entourage, 10 grand in the pants, have the fans out the car garage. Stay low, grimace shaped under Play-Doh, change when I say so, savior the day go. Sunshine on my face, make a day glow, sensational, hanging like a wagon, yo. Yes, never brain dead. 100 hunting bigger ovens, always baking bread. Hungry the genes of a genius. Got bows smashed like these hyenas.
Ah, doggo.
Arenas. Only turn the bills to the screamers. Mumble rap, get the Thundercat. Hands will claw in the jungle with the tongue slash. Imagine that. Imagine rap without the boom bap. Without the have to bring it back. And that's facts. Better get the history of it, the pages that you read. Homies cozy in the nosebleed. Pray to Rosemary, never rosary. Left the corpse in the bed, that's the old me. Split that big brain to poetry. Dim that emoji, keeping the goatee. I put a saddle on my trophy. I got rid out of all the steel, I'm keeping under both knees. But that's the old me. I only need my own thing and mostly I got the gold key. Flying my extravagance only. Flying my extravagance totally. Ah.
Well,
Nice. So,
Man, that backing track was kick ass.
Yeah, that was real
dude.
good.
It was like old school. It was like old school blues with a little bit of I'm not gonna say
Little funk in there?
Well, funk, and also I'm not gonna say Brooklyn style because Brooklyn style is it's what's known as boom bap. It's like it's just strictly like that. Whereas the percussion in that was actually a little bit like more. It was a little more intuitive, and it was a little more. The pace was picked up a little bit. I'd probably say like Harlem Renaissance, like jazz percussion style in terms of its like rhythm, and in terms of how it went about like providing the percussion. But that blues guitar and the like everything on top of it, I was just like, oh yes, and the rap was good too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just like Lloyd spitting shit about how how life has been, and where it's just really good stuff, dude. I mean, Lloyd always brings out the good stuff.
I like his emotive facial expressions
Oh yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Just how like sometimes he's just kind of talking about stuff to myself. Then
Yeah,
like other
it's-
times he's just like making like funny facial expressions.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he just like looks at the
pretty
camera,
good.
just like yeah.
Yeah, I like the. I was just like. I don't know why that made me laugh.
Well, no, honestly, it's getting it's getting it out of you. I mean, it's getting your attention.
Yeah.
And that's good. So the funny thing is, here recently, Lloyd has actually started doing podcasts. He's actually started doing a podcast called Kings of Influence with Ray William Johnson, formerly the most popular channel on YouTube.
Okay.
Formerly of Equals 3 fame. And Ray has had a little bit of a rough shot over these last few years because Jukin Media, you know, those jackanapes, they
Hey, future Nate, get ready for some editing fun.
oh god.
You mean the people behind
Yeah, I know.
Fail Army?
God dang it, yes. Yeah, those
we have to
asshats.
censor that word.
Well, no, we
Why
don't
is
have
that?
to, but I do it anyway, just because fuck them.
They're a-holes.
Well, Jukin Media, they think automatically, oh, people sent these clips into us to include on our stuff, therefore now they all belong to us.
Which is not the way it works.
No.
But also fair use, so...
Yeah. Well, they don't care. Well, anyway,
No.
Ray William Johnson went into a court case against Jukin Media because he used one of his clips. He used one of their clips in an Equals 3 thing, and the judge was very unfair about the whole thing and said that Ray's way of presenting it was not fair use. But then, dig this. The H3H3 lawsuit goes through, presented the exact same way that Ray William Johnson presented his case, and H3H3 won. So where's the bullshit? Where did things go wrong with that? But anyway, Ray William Johnson had to forfeit over, I think, a X amount of money to Jukin Media because he was, and I quote, pirating their material. It's like, it's not even their material.
I wonder how old that judge was that
I don't
decided
know.
that wasn't, because I feel like the older generation of
Yeah, they don't.
like judges and people just don't understand what's happening on the internet as much as younger generations do, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, like you try to explain this kind of shit to them, and you're like, well, this is why this is this, and this is why it would work this way. And they're just like, that sounds stupid to me, blah, 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 blah. And they go with
it's
whatever
like,
they feel like.
Rule in favor of the plaintiff for X amount of dollars.
And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't care.
yeah.
I don't care if you're right, because what you're saying does not agree with the life I have lived, and so I choose to ignore it.
That sounds actually pretty accurate to some judgments I've heard.
That
Sounds a whole lot like that judge that screwed over my mom when he wouldn't hear out her case. Thanks a lot, by the way.
I mean, it's basically like anyone can have the given mentality that it's like, oh, these guys are hacks because they just went and took a video that someone else did and put it on their channel and then like talked about it for a minute and basically didn't do anything.
Well,
When it's like, okay, well, one thing is like, if we just put it on our channel and we're like, this is this, that was that, have a nice day, that's one thing. But like, we actually have some freaking conversations. We produce new content. We talk about things you aren't going to hear other places.
But yeah, you can't
Yeah.
convince anyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to point the finger and say that they're stealing from me. But at the same time, here's the problem with that. How is it theft if they can go watch, here's the argument that I have. Now, Rick and Morty is not available for free on YouTube. Instead, you have to pay for a subscription service in order to watch it. Now, what I always did was I always told people, hey, we aren't going to show the full episode. Well, it changed later. I originally did. But later it changed, and because YouTube's copyright system, which it just changed again, and now we're probably not going to be able to do that stuff anymore. Hopefully we will. I'm probably going to try and figure out a way for us to do that. But anyway, the whole thing about fair use is that nobody wants their stuff to be, there's some people who are really anal retentive about it. Grade A Under A was very adamant that he did not want us to use his videos in any way for a reaction because, according to him, reaction channels were cancer. And all he did was name off Actually, we did a reaction to his video, why reaction channels are shit. And we watched it, and a lot of the stuff that he said, we agreed with. Because he talked about specifically 2 channels. Jinx and CJ is so cool. Jinx and CJ is so cool. They were brothers who pretty much did reactions of their own and everything, but their videos were barely any longer than what they were reacting to.
Yeah.
For instance, they watched a comedy shorts gamer video, and it was a 3-second intro, and I believe a 6-second outro, and that was it. And they posted the video. And here's another thing too. It isn't like us where we have it in like this little section down here at Ben, like from just below Ben's knee to the floor.
Yep.
Instead, it was, imagine me sitting on the screen by myself, and the majority of the screen, say 70% of it, occupied by the original video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I have a problem with. And I especially have a problem with the people who do it like how gamers do it, like with just
like where
themselves
they're up in
the
like
corner.
the corner. Yeah, basically the reverse of what we do.
Yeah.
With them down here and the full video.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the? No.
To me, that's just, no, that's too much. You have to make yourself the majority of the video. The concentration of the video has to be on you.
Because you're basically, if you're displaying it that way, you're showing it as, like, the focus of today's video is this other person's video.
Yes.
And what we're doing is the focus of any given video is us talking about some shit, and we're going to watch a video that someone else's while we do so and have conversations on it.
And when we're not focused on it, we take it off the screen.
Yeah, but like the entire point is that essentially we're going to talk about some stuff, and this is the video we're featuring that we're going to use to add to conversation today.
Talking.
And it's really closer to like a podcast format than honestly it is to a reaction channel format, at least as reaction channels seem to initially start out anyways.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I think it's real hard for anybody to argue that that wouldn't be fair use. Because
people
they do.
People say if you're adding commentary to something, that's basically saying that it's fair use, and so you could say that
like that's
the crap where they put the whole thing there and just add commentary over it is fair use. It's like Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
Yeah, effectively, yeah.
See, that is actually one of the listed criteria for fair use.
Yeah. And, I mean, we're not just adding commentary to the video, but having all kinds of, like, extra commentary that makes up another video that is our own original content as well.
Yeah, and in which Mystery Science Theater sometimes, well, they don't go off the rails like we do. I mean, a lot of their jokes are scripted, but there are moments where they say something that is absolutely unrelative to the movie that they're riffing on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's fine. That's what they do. And that's effectively what we do as well. I mean, there's moments where... Actually, there was a reaction video that we did last week that I nixed because nothing was happening.
Yeah, so this has happened less and less as time has gone on.
Yeah, I mean, there's still moments where it does happen, but...
you know, a lot of people say, well, why are you just sitting there just, like, watching the video? Like, here's the thing. If Nate doesn't feel like there's enough going on in the video,
he will not post
he
it.
doesn't release that video. Okay, let's name drop it. Do you remember what the reaction was to?
I don't know if it's a good idea to name drop it because it was something that a lot of people asked for in our...
Oh, was it something that a lot of people asked
for? Yeah, and basically the reason we didn't go through with it because we were like, that wasn't funny.
It wasn't that good, yeah.
Yeah.
And thus we had nothing to talk about. It pretty much just left us in a well of...
Nate was just like, well, this is a dud. Delete.
Yeah. Effectively, yeah. It was just like, okay.
Oh, well, yeah. Like, he nixed it immediately.
Yeah. As soon as I realized the conversation wasn't going anywhere. And I was just like, well, we gave it a shot. And, hey, that's the important thing. We gave it a shot. It didn't work. And
yeah, we tried it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. And... it used to be that happened a lot more.
Yeah, it did.
It doesn't happen so often now, but it does occasionally happen.
Next time, we're going to re-record it inside the ocean.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
okay, all
You
right.
gotta be kidding me. Are we really gonna go in a goddamn submarine down below in the fucking Mariana Trench and just re-record the whole fucking album? Son of a bitch!
I don't think I like the idea, guys. I mean, it's just it's YouTube videos. Okay, so we can sit here and we can make like some new YouTube videos. We don't have to go to all the trouble.
What is with these YouTube videos? Also, isn't most popular guys on these YouTubes a Swedish guy? Why is it not me? I'm Swedish too.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. He's from Sweden, but like, I mean, there's other good places in Scandinavia that you could do stuff from. I don't know if my Toki impression is any good or not. That was like that was literally one of my first Toki attempts.
Norway is homes of black metals. You don't understand.
You want to go check on the printer while they just talk back and forth with
We'll
each other?
stop. We're done. We're on a little metalocalypse.
Sorry.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
it's fine. I
Last
just
time we did this, everybody really liked it though. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool. Like,
You're not shitting me there, man. Everybody likes what we do.
All right, so that's going to do it. So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. This was EpicLLOYD's Old Me. So if you want to see more of EpicLLOYD, there's a link to his channel down below, or a link to the original video. Check out his channel. Check out his diss raps. Check out his new podcast with Ray William Johnson, the Kings of Influence. There's links to that all over his page. And I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Ben.
I'm Kara.
Lord, if you drop back by our videos at some point, you're awesome, dude. I'm new to the channel.
Yeah.
I'm Nick. I like your stuff.
And this is Peanut. He's also new.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.